Hey everyone, Wall from Ting and Wall here. I guess I'm posting videos a little closer to time. Well, let's begin with one thing. I'm not sponsored by Domain or the people that use the Domain format. However, on the last video I made, link in the description below, I actually won this dual mat as a prize for my video itself. So, kudos and thank you, Michael, and whoever else was judging there. Unless if it was a raffle, it was just a raffle. It is what it is. Hey, I won a raffle! Yay! So got me this nice dual mat with their logo, and on top of that, even the life point counter itself. I thought it looks pretty cool that it actually says life points right here. There was a little part that said YCS 300, but I probably dropped it off somewhere in my little box by mistake. Once I find it, I'll put it back there. But it looks pretty damn cool. Nice little 5 digits, so you can actually increase your life points if you're at 10,000, for example, or more. I guess my own little sponsoring thing right here is, even though it's self-sponsor, is the artwork of us from Ting and Wall. We actually drew good old baby Judgment Dragon, or as we actually really know it as Lightsworn Dragonling. So, as you can see, I have a decent amount of pile here of cards. It's actually the deck I used yesterday, that when I was dueling Michael and a few of the other guys. Shout out to Alex, by the way. You're a good man. So the deck I was running was ninjas. I thought to myself, you know what? I've been running Dark Magician, I've been running Lightsworn. Let me try something a little different. So my deck master was Upstart Golden Ninja. Just to give you a quick idea of him, 500 attack, 1800 defense. Once per turn, I could discard a trap to special summon a ninja from the deck itself. Didn't really come too much into play within the actual game. If anything, I might have even summoned him just once so I could actually limp him off. But I'll show you that guys later. Let's go to the main deck itself for those that are curious to see, what else that I have here. So, for those that don't know, Domain format, it's singleton. You can only have one copy of any card itself, and it's a 60 card deck, excluding the deck master. So technically 61, but he has no play whatsoever on the main deck or the extra deck. So we got Tobari the Sky Ninja. He's basically my walking, contact fusion on my opponent's turn. And also when he gets summoned, he can't be destroyed by battle or card effects that turn. One Senior Silver Ninja. If he gets flipped face up, I could target any amount of ninjas in my graveyard and special summon them in face down defense position, so good way to, recover. Bat the Forest Ninja. He's only really a ninja by name, nothing really by anything else. He is a tuner, but other than that, I never used his field effect whatsoever. Kagero the Cannon Ninja, for those that know your Fire Force. That's always fun. But back to her actual effect. So when she gets normal summon, flip face up, I can target one ninja in my graveyard, special summon into the field, and face down defense. If a ninja gets targeted while she's in the graveyard, I can actually bounce that ninja and summon her to the field. Each effect is hard ones per turn because this is from the Darkwing Blast era. And then we got Baku the Beast Ninja. If he gets added to the hand, aside from being drawn, he can be special summoned to the field. If he is special summoned or flip face up, you can actually grab one ninjutsu art, whether it's on the field or in the graveyard, and add it back to the hand. So once again, a little more recovery. Then let's see, from the Twilight side, Twilight. I got Twilight Ninja Kagen. Didn't really get to use him as much, and Twilight Ninja Joken I actually managed to use as I had a ninjutsu art in my hand, so reveal, special summon into the field. The one I did manage to use, which I had a lot of fun with, is Twilight Ninja Getsuga the Shogun. The Shogun himself has a really nice effect that you can target 2 ninjas in the graveyard. After you do, he gets switched to defense mode, and then you get to special summon those 2 ninjas to the field. And we got Yellow Ninja. Yellow Ninja himself just says pretty much like Marauding Captain. Hashtag I am this old. You normal summon him, you can special summon a ninja monster from your hand. However, level 4 or lower, and you're locked into ninjas. I guess you could say it's more of a slight desperation move than anything. Not really, you know, into... Well, I'll show you later what else I have here. Since unfortunately, it's not like I'm running everything is ninja here. But the main idea is to get the ninjas rolling. Also got Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo, the original searcher of the deck. If he's normal summoned, you add a ninjutsu art from deck to hand. If he is special summoned or flip face up, you actually get to add a ninja instead. Then I have Green Ninja, another one I didn't really get to use much. I think he got card destruction. But nonetheless, I believe if a ninja gets summoned or special summoned to my side of the field, he can come out and he flips the ninja face down. If he gets sent to the graveyard, I can target a monster on my opponent's side of the field and flip it face down. Let's make a little more space here. We got Mitsu the Insect Ninja. She definitely came very clutch in the beginning of the game. If I have a set monster or a ninja in the field, she can special summon herself. I didn't get to use her effect. If I remember correctly, if there's a target that's on the field... Let me double check her effect. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one face-down defense position monster I control. Change it to face-up defense position, and I do. This one gets changed to face-down defense position. Then, if the targeted monster was a ninja, except herself, you negate the opponent's activated effect. And that's a hard one per turn. Now, the one that put a lot of work, and I bet, shout out to Zexel, because he had fun with this one, Geo the Gravity Ninja, who was just messing with everyone's boards. If he gets summoned to the field, I could just target 2 monsters in the field, flip them face down, and they're perma-flip face down. You're going to have to use some sort of effect to flip them back face up. There's no way you can manually flip them back face up. He did have another effect, but it didn't happen. If a monster gets flipped face up, I could target a card in the field and destroy it. Double check. Yeah, target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Yeah, sometimes I gotta check my cards. You know, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Sometimes I just don't read. White Dragon Ninja. This one also came out to the field, so can only be special summoned by a ninjutsu card. And then spell and trap cards I control on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects. Last but not least, good old Snake over here, as I call him. For those that play your Metal Gear Solid, you know what I'm referring to. If not, Yellow Dragon Ninja over here. Basically, you can send one ninjutsu art and one ninja monster from hand or face up on the field, and you pop 2 back row, or up to 2 back row. Almost feels like the old Mobius days, don't it? Okay, so that was all the ninja monsters. Now, the reason I chose Upstart Golden Ninja, besides with how amazing he looks, look at that beer gut right there. He's a light monster. So I took that into advantage. Once again, yay, me, light. I ran a Dogmatica package. I ran Ecclesia, Search of Dogmatica, Fleur-de-Lis, Special Summon, Maximus, banish an extra deck card that's in your graveyard. Basically, it comes out, then you send 2 with different names from your extra deck to the graveyard to force an opponent to send 2 of their own from their extra deck to the graveyard. Dogmatica Albazoa. Unfortunately, it was an epic fail here. I'll explain a funny story at the end of this video after the profile. And Dogmatica Nexus, because, you know, I believe in Nexus. If you know, you know. You can remove up to 4 extra deck monsters, you know, those nice little 4 mechanics that we have, from any graveyards, 4 of them, for this monster to be special summoned. And if you attack, what's it called, a special summoned monster with this bad boy, it just goes, hey, let's destroy all attack position monsters, and for every extra deck monster your opponent takes 800 per. Alright. Now for the generic lake monsters, or at least I call them generic. They're not too generic, but, you know, not Dogmatica, not a ninja. Manju, to search a ritual. Herald, look at the card flying. Send a fairy from deck or extra deck. You'll see later how that comes in handy. Blazing Cartesia. They're mostly as a tuna, not really there to do anything else besides dash. Though I kind of take that back, but in that duel, it just didn't happen. Nibiru, aka Lavos, tribute. Oh, wait a minute. I actually have 3 other ones that were kind of generic, but they work more like, I don't want to say hand traps, but hand trap-ish? Except for this first one. DD Spread, which didn't even see any sort of play. I was thinking, you know, banish a monster and then bring this thing out, and then at the end phase bring it back if for some reason I have multiple extra bodies. Noble Knight, Shield Bearer. This one I was planning to use to discard when needed and add Baku directly, then activate Baku's effect immediately. And then Rainbow Karibo. That one's always fun to use. Attack gets declared, equip it to my opponent from hand. Bam, and hey, guess what? You can't attack anymore. He has a graveyard effect also. He can special summon himself when a direct attack is there, so to be an extra shield. Alright, so that's all of the monsters. Let's go to the spells and traps. I'll start with the quote-unquote generic ones. I'll try to speed it up a little bit because I'm looking at the video timing right now. So, Magic Planner, you'll see in a moment that I have a decent amount of traps that I can send away for it. Supply Squad, I'm thinking if I get DD Post, I'll probably substitute it for DD Post. Branded Regained, mostly for my opponents than for me, but if you try banishing me and I use Branded Regained, you know, it makes me happy. Graceful Charity, you know, draw 3, discard 2. Book of Moon, I'm running ninjas. Sometimes I flip you, sometimes I flip myself. Pot of Acquisitiveness, once again, banishments, let's add them back. Pot of Avarice, target 5, shuffle, draw 2. Monster Reborn, or Reborn the Monster. Raigeki, Rhoda, have a decent amount of warriors. Okay, Dark Hole, again, let's blow everything up. Giant Trune, let's send back row back to hand. Pot of Weed, draw 2. Last but not least, Made to Order, Mermaid Outfit Outfitter. Staple in domain format, per my opinion. Though I think someone also made a video when they said the top 10 cards that could be staples. I believe this was one of them. Okay. Alright, so this is the stuff that was supposed to go with Dogmatica and Dogmatica-ish stuff. Except for this, actually. I should have put this in the generic, but it's not too generic. Insta-Fusion. I do have one level 5 I like bringing out with that. Ritual Sanctuary. I wanted to mess around with this since I do have a few fairies on the deck. Ultimate Slayer. Great card because actually I have a decent combination of all 4 summoning mechanics up from the extra deck in there. Terraforming. Get me a field spell. Nadir Servant, and here's the sadly last but not least, Dogmatica Matrix. I guess I'll share the story that I was planning to put at the end of the video now that I just noticed the order how I actually did this deck profile. So I got so excited to make this deck that I totally forgot to add any sort of ritual spell. I actually drew into the Albazoa. Actually, no, I didn't draw into the Albazoa. I take that back. I drew into Manju in my opening hand, so I was like, screw it, let me deck things. So summoned Manju at the Albazoa. The Albazoa was looking pretty. Then when my turn came around, I drew Graceful Chariot. I was like, oh, okay, at least I can discard it. Alright, now these are the ninja/ninja-centric spells and traps. Good old Swords of Concealing Light. Ninjas love it when you're face down. Ninjutsu Art Notebook. Discard a ninja to set a ninjutsu art from deck to hand right to the field. Ninjutsu Notebook of Mystery. One of my favorites, since you can plus off of this real easily. Everyone has at least one card on the field, so if your opponent controls a card, you can target a ninja and a ninjutsu art. It has to be from two different places. One from the graveyard and one from the deck. Your choice where you choose which one. You set them both. However, you can only choose one, which I did at the very end when we were just going on barely any gas. Ninjutsu Art Tool, the Iron Digger. The Iron Digger gives you an extra 500 attack, and if you're not a ninja, it converts you into a ninja. You can actually banish one ninja from your graveyard to target a card on the field, destroy it. If this card is sent from field to graveyard, you can target one of your banished ninjas and add it back to your hand. So, nice little mini recursion there. The Hidden Village of Ninjutsu Arts. This one is one card that I wish I would have ran into, but I didn't at all. Going in my head, or better yet, let's read it verbatim real quick. If a ninja monster is summoned to your side of the field, you can target one ninja monster or one ninjutsu art from your graveyard and add it to your hand, but you cannot activate its effects or cards on the field with that same name for the rest of the turn. Period. If a ninja monster, monsters, or ninjutsu art cards, so either or, you control will be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can banish one ninja monster from your graveyard instead. You can use basically each effect hard once per turn. So once again, would have been nice to see, but hey, it is what it is moment. Alright, let's start off with the traps with the MVP. Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves. So this card immediately just goes, okay, tribute a ninja or tribute one face down monster on the field. Keep in mind, face down monster on the field, not one that I have. So I tributed one from my opponent and he was not a happy camper when I got rid of his face down monster. Also, it has another effect, but this is one of those kind of like Cyber Dragon Core. You can only use you can only use one of these effects. You can't use both. You can bounce a ninjutsu art back to your hand, so it was fun going like, oh, it's no longer attached to anything. Bounce. Let's go with the classic. Ninjutsu Art of Transformation. I did not use this card at all, but you can tribute a ninja to bring out, let's see, it's been a while. A beast, winged beast, or insect monster from deck whose level is equal to or less, actually says hand or deck, equal to or less than the monster tributed on the field plus 3. So technically you get a few extra 3 levels to play with, but once again, I didn't really get to use this card. It's just pretty and a classic. This one I got to use though. Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation. You target a ninja on your side of the field and one monster your opponent controls. You send them to the graveyard. Then you can special summon a dragon. I remember that because I actually used it to bring out White Dragon Ninja. A dinosaur or a sea serpent monster from the deck whose level is less than or equal to the combined levels of the said monsters. However, when this card leaves the field, the monster gets banished. But good thing that didn't happen. Ninjutsu Art of Sealing. Did not get to use this. Just to give you the quick version, you tribute a ninja, you banish a monster on the field. As long as this is face up on the field, the monster remains banished. If this goes away, that monster comes back. However, if it's an extra deck monster, since it's not owned by these fields over here, you look at them and go like, oh, sorry, look at the ruling. You ain't getting back your extra monster zone monster. Sorry, not sorry. Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. So you tribute a ninja, you count its levels, and you can bring out ninjas equal to equal or less than to its level. So you can go an 8 for an 8 or an 8 for 4, 3, 1, just to give you a quick example. Ninjutsu Art of Mirage Transformation. You tribute a ninja and you basically steal a monster from your opponent's graveyard. And while this is equipped to that, it's a ninja as well. Now for the two that actually have nothing to do with ninjas, but you gotta use it to keep recurring. Call the Haunted, bring them back. Destructive Karma Cannon, Dorama Karma Cannon to be exact. This one just says, hey, let's flip everything down. Oh, you have Link monsters? To the graveyard. So that's the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. Totally forgot to pull this thing out. And actually there's one card missing here, but I'll tell you what it is in a moment. I was running really random stuff now that I'm actually looking at the extra deck, but at the same time, it kind of is the method to my madness. Since I have a decent amount of tunas, I had Magical Android. You never know when you need an extra 600 life points. Herald of the Arclight, when I originally thought I had a ritual monster and a ritual spell. Ciphering Lord Omega, good recursion for the extra deck. Golden Cloud Beast Malong, just a nice little Ultimate Slayer target. Hey, I bounced that. Oh, this went to the graveyard. Let me bounce another card while I'm at it. That's my Synchros. I think I want to go into the X-Seeds next because I didn't get to use these either. They were more here for the lulz and because they're light and or warrior. Blade Armor Ninja. Aspiring Emperor Hope, or as the dub community knows him as, Utopia. Utopia the Lightning. Yeah, okay, we'll do fusions next. Netis, great target always to send to the graveyard. Guilty Gearfried the Magical Steel Knight. Basically, two warrior monsters with different attributes. I'd rather not go into the full effect, but plain and simple, it didn't really come out to do anything. It just stayed in the extra deck looking pretty. You know what? Let's go with the ninjas together. There's 2 fusions and 1 link, besides the X-Seed you just saw. Yaguramaru, the Armor Ninja. Maizen, the Battle Ninja. Unsummon, banish a ninja from the graveyard, banish a card on the fields. This is the boy that attacks everyone directly with your ninjas. And if there's a face-down monster on my side of the field, you can't target him for attacks. Also, anything you activate, I could go like, oh, okay, you're doing an activation. Let me special summon a ninja from my deck and face-up or face-down defense. Ninja Grandmaster Saizo. Unfortunately, the first card that got banished in my side of the field. Basically, he places a ninjutsu art during the main phase, and if there's any ninjas pointing at him, you can't target him with card effects or with battle. So, link-wise, you gotta always run my waifu. Line of the Light Charmer, Lustrous. And then this is supposed to be the link to Moon Closed Goddess. And there's the Underworld Goddess. They didn't see any play, but they were gonna be there for the hell of it. I thought I actually had the cards, like, guess not. It should be coming in the mail sooner than later. For those that stayed this long and heard my ranting and babbling, I do appreciate it. Once again, if you like any sort of artwork, check us out on DA. We're tingandwall.deviantart.com. If you have any questions for us, any comments, you want to see any other deck profiles, let me know. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.